Indian equities clinched fresh record highs, while trading in Asia was thin. Indian equities clinched fresh record highs in the intraday session on Friday on sustained bullish momentum in the markets. Frontline S&P BSE Sensex nearly kissed the 48,000 mark when it is hit a fresh lifetime high of 47,980 levels. Its NSE counterpart Nifty, on the other hand, touched a new peak of 14,050. The indices, however, climbed off record highs and settled the day around 0.2% higher. The Sensex index ended the day at 47,869 levels, up 118 points, or 0.2%. ITC, TCS, M&M, and State Bank of India were the top index gainers, while ICICI Bank down 1.3%. HDFC Bank and Titan were the top drags on the index. Ford Motor in reverse gear to cede few Indian operations. Ford Motor Co. is reversing plans to cede most of its Indian operations to Mahindra and Mahindra Limited, deciding to pull out of proposed joint venture and continue its standalone business in the country. The companies agreed to terminate the venture after assessing in part due to the global coronavirus pandemic, they said Thursday. The decision ends a deal reached more than a year ago, under which Ford was expected to fold its local operations, including 2 factories, into a JV that would be majority controlled by Mahindra, a leading Indian manufacturer of utility vehicles. The US car maker took a $799 million impairment charge in 2019 in anticipation of the asset transfer to Mahindra to account for what it called fair value less cost to sell. A spokesman said Thursday the termination of the deal won't affect the valuation. GST collections touch a new high. Latest data shows that GST collections touched a record high of Rs 1.15 lakh crore in December, the highest ever since the new tax system kicked in from July 1, 2017, in a grand midnight event in Parliament. The previous highest was in April 2019 when GST collections stood at Rs 113,865 crore. GST collections topped Rs 1 lakh crore for the third consecutive month in December, which may be a signal of a sustained recovery in the broader economy, aided by greater household spending and brisker business activity. Reasons cited for the increase in attributed to wedding and holidays, also splurge for consumer durables and jewelry are reasons, says experts. L&T backs significant contracts. Larsen & Toubro on January 1 said its construction arm has won significant contracts in domestic and overseas markets. It is estimated that the contract ranges between Rs 1,000 crore and Rs 2,500 crore. The metallurgical and material handling business of L&T Constructions has secured EPC and orders of coal processing plants in the domestic markets and prestigious engineering and procurement projects for a metallurgical plant overseas. The company said in a BSE filing, these orders reflect MMH powers and in executing complex metallurgical plant and a recognition of their capability in overseas geographies, it said. The business has also secured new orders from its various customers for products and an add-on order from its existing customers. L&T is an Indian multinational engaged in engineering, procurement, and construction projects, manufacturing, defense, and service with over $21 billion in revenue. It operates in over 30 countries. L&T is an Indian multinational engaged in engineering, procurement, and constructive projects, manufacturing, defense, and service with over $21 billion in revenue. Ashok Leyland registers 14% rise in commercial vehicle sales. Hinduja flagship firm Ashok Leyland on Friday reported a 14% increase in its total commercial vehicle sales at 12,762 units in December 2020, The company had sold a total of 11,168 units in December 2019. Ashok Leyland said in a regulatory filing. Total vehicle sales in the domestic market stood at 11,857 units last month, as compared to 10,378 units in the year-ago month, a growth of 14%, it added. Domestic medium and heavy commercial vehicle sales were 6,175 units as against 6,369 units in December 2019, down 3%, the company said. Light commercial vehicle sales in the domestic market were, however, higher by 42% at 5,682 units as against 4,009 units in the same month a year ago, it said. Flybig, India's newest airline to take to the skies. Flybig will begin operations on January 3. The inaugural flight will be takeoff from Indore, the airline base at 2:30 in the afternoon to Ahmedabad. The total flying time will be an hour and 5 minutes. In the initial couple of weeks, the airline founded by Sanjay Mandavia, a pilot turned aviation entrepreneur, will operate twice a week. We will later scale up to have 5 flights a week from mid-February, CEO Srinivas Rao told Money Control. From January 13, Flybig will add the Indore-Rajpur route in its network. And from February 1, the airline will begin flying from Ahmedabad to Bhopal. By the end of March this year, the airline will have daily flights connecting all 3 tiers to cities. Flybig has an ATR aircraft and it is in the process of getting a second one. We opened up bookings 2 days ago. The interest is good and we have seen bookings of 25%, Rao added. The airline has tied up with over 15,000 agents, many of them in the Tier 2 cities. Stock are also known with online travel agencies. Budget to set course for economic recovery. Indian economy is now expected to see a faster turnaround given the impending rollout of vaccine, increased mobility and less disruption and business operations as the economy opens up, but a lot will also depend on it. The government spending plans, particularly on infrastructure and social sector, as well as relief to sections hit by the pandemic and lockdown, will dictate the pace of recovery, ever analysts. Rupee slips 4 paise. The rupee depreciated by 4 paise to 73.11 against the US dollars is opening trade for the first session of the new year, as market participants remain on the sidelines due to lack of fresh cues. At the interbank forex market, the domestic units were trading in a narrow range on Friday. It opened at 73.09 against the US dollar and fell to 73.11 against the greenback, registering a fall of 4 paise over its previous close. On Thursday, the rupees pushed 24 paise to end at nearly 4-month high of 73.07 against the US dollar on the last day of 2020. Demand for vaccine to spur economy. An impending vaccination resumption in economic activity and increased mobility are expected to lead towards a path of economic recovery in the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic. But the fragility of industrial recovery and pent-up demand have thrown up questions over the sustainability of the signs of economic recovery. With a month left to go for the budget of 2020 to 21, economists are of the view that higher government expenditure would be crucial to propel the growth momentum. A reallocation of government expenditure with special focus on healthcare and infrastructure, along with a delinking and intricate focus on the fiscal deficit target, are being seen as the key factors which would help the Indian economy to gain lost ground in the coming year. Government extends deadline for income tax filing. The government has extended various tax compliance deadlines, including income tax return, tax audit reports and declaration under Vivad Se Vishwas scheme, in view of challenges faced by taxpayers in meeting the statutory and regulatory compliance due to outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic. The last date for filing income tax return for FY 2019 to 20 has been extended to January 10, 2021 from the earlier deadline of December 31, 2020. In addition, the deadline of furnishing the annual return under Central Goods and Services Tax Act 2017 for the financial year 2019 to 20 has been extended by 2 months to February 28, 2021.